Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Zero Time Dilemma. In the last episode, well, it's definitely the biggest twist we've had so far, and that, not necessarily that brother slash Delta is Zero, but that the entire time, that dude was sitting there as part of Q Team. What the actual fuck? I have not been paying close enough attention, apparently. There has been so many little details along the way, apparently, that have been pointing out, or at least foreshadowing, that there has been somebody else on Q Team this entire fucking time. And, well, don't I feel like a fucking idiot? I don't know. I guess I do. I mean, certain things that I've called out were actually supposed to be foreshadowing it, and I didn't even think about it at the time. Why did Eric shoot 3 times? Oh, I get it. Because there was 3 people to kill. That didn't include Q. Anyway, so I'm not going to talk about it anymore. We know it's a thing. We're pretty much on our way to beating this game, or finishing this game, however you want to call it, whatever you want to say. But the one thing I want to do before we do any of that, meaning we're basically going to go do the boxes, right? The force quit boxes. We're going to go do those today. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go back to this choice right here when Q basically has to say what well, I can't even call him Q anymore. The robot kid's name. We got to say what it is. And well, we're going to do it right now. Or no, right. We have to decide who to shoot. Who should they shoot? And you can't really choose the kid. So, what happens when you say Q again? Please input Q's name. Oh my god. That changes everything, because Q isn't even Sean. What happens if you put in Sean, then? Because the kid's name before he was the kid was Sean. What happens when you put in Sean? That's not the answer, is it? No, it's not. So the answer is Delta. And not because you gotta shoot the kid, but because I get it. And this is why you guys didn't want me to do this earlier. Because there's a 4th person in the room with them. Shoot the old man. And what, are they gonna argue of why would we shoot the old man? Blah, 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 blah. Is that what's gonna happen right now? Guess so. And that would have been a spoiler for the other one we got last episode, basically.
I'm really sorry.
You're not sorry. That was hilarious, though.
Sean, you...
Out of all your choices, you kill him?
Addendum Forska Venuska Ova.
Hopefully I don't need to remember that.
This is yet another destiny.
That would have been a spoiler if you think about it. If you do that first, that is kind of a spoiler. Perceptive end. Nice. That counts as an ending? Alright. Cool. I actually like that a lot. Okay, cool. That was a quick little ending. I'm glad we checked that out. Does it actually count as an ending? No, okay. I was gonna say, does it go on this page? It doesn't. Okay. Well, cool. That's a nice little, reminder of how last episode went. I guess that's the same as like with Happy End. Didn't really count as an ending, but it was an ending, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, guys, it's time to force quit box. Let's do it. Let's go to everybody. We're going to start with Carlos's team. I'm actually not sure which code goes where other than the Diana one. I'm not even sure what the code is. So we're just going to jump right into this and see if I have the code. I'm not remembering what the clues are for each one. Hopefully, after I fast forward through it, I can look at what the clue was so I can see if I can remind myself. Because I do have notes written down.
I feel like... What? The path... Just shut up for...
The password opened this box. Alright, well... Let me go back to the notes so it can give me a little bit of a clue. at this point, it's just a password with letters. Oh wait, maybe this one's Vive Hodie. Let's try Vive Hodie. If it doesn't work, then it does fit. So let's try it. Vive Hodie. If it's not it, then we'll figure out something else. Let's see if it's right. And got it. Nice. Nice work, children.
What the hell is this?
It looks like a device of some kind.
Force quit.
Hey, look, something's appearing on the monitor.
To execute the Force Quit program, the central control computer must be booted.
And we
Central
know the
control
code for
computer?
that too. Nice.
Wait, did we ever see something like that in here?
If there isn't, then we're out of luck.
Dead end, huh?
Not quite. Though you may think so, not quite.
Hey, Carlos, how did you know that password?
You ask a lot of
I'm
questions.
not sure.
What?
I don't know how I knew.
This is just a guess, but Carlos, did you possibly shift from another timeline?
Wait, shift?
Shift.
Huh? I'm gonna go with yeah, probably. Look at all that fun you got to see.
Oh, so it was like that then.
Hey, come on, you're the only one to figure it.
Sorry, just could you be quiet for a second?
Hey, could you shut the fuck up? Just
I
shut the
need
fuck up.
to think about something.
Will you shut the fuck up? I need to think about something. Real quick. Hold on. No, wait. I'm still thinking. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Shh. Okay. Wait. No, wait. Shh.
You've been sitting here for an hour, Carlos.
Wow, really?
Could you maybe share what you've been thinking about?
Do you want to know?
Yes.
I was thinking about you, Akane.
Ooh, damn.
Me?
Don't think
You're,
about me like that.
Well, to be blunt, really hot.
What the fuck?
Huh?
We may never manage to make our way out of the shelter. You know what that means, right?
I'm sorry. I'm not sure.
What the hell are you getting at, you asshole?
Oh, look. A Neanderthal is trying to block my way.
What? Wait, what the hell?
What is happening right now?
Carlos! Ah! No!
What is happening right now?
This!
Shut the fuck up!
You bastard! What the? Hey! Wait up!
What is happening?
What the hell are you doing, Carlos?
I suppose I couldn't control myself.
You asshole!
What? Is that all you got?
What did you say?
That's the extent of your feelings for Akane? Huh?
Damn you!
That was a good one. Oh, I can tell you're finally getting fired up over this.
Shut the fuck up! You fucking asshole!
What is happening? I'm so confused right now. Why did Carlos just go completely perv douchebag mode? What the fuck?
Carlos, are you all right?
Yeah, that was nothing. Anyway. Hey, man. What do you say to a drink?
What?
To clean the slate between us. Come on.
I'm so confused. What is happening right now?
This one'll work fine. Ah, damn it. I blame you for this, Junpei. My hands are all shaky after your brutal punches. Sorry, but could you guys help me clean this up?
What the hell?
This is so weird.
Thanks, guys.
Sure.
Guys, it's almost time.
You're right.
Now it is time for you to sleep. When next you wake, know you will have no memory of these past 90 minutes. Pleasant dreams.
I'm unclear what just happened. Like, I'm not... What? What the fuck just happened? What the fuck just happened? Like, seriously. I'm... Alright, well... I mean, if I look at the flowchart, just to be clear, that goes on this left section, right? Does. Okay, well that was... that was the thing that happened. I'm unclear as to why it happened like that, but okay. Time to go to Q team. This is the one I'm the most unclear about knowing the code or not. Let's go ahead and double check what the code is supposed to be. Like, how long does the code need to be? What kind of characters can I use? See what clues I may get. Wait. Oh. Is this how it went before? Oh. Wait, what? This isn't the force quit box. But whatever, we know the code, so let's just put in the code. 3808 0832. That's assuming that I wrote it down correctly. Remember, it was quick, and I hope I wrote it down correct. Yay! I did!
It opened.
I did!
Now all we have to do is insert the plug here.
So where is this plug?
I think if we input the right numbers here.
Well, I know these numbers too.
Wait. What do numbers for your head have anything to do with the plug for this?
You just gotta shove my face in there.
I should just do it. You might get it then.
Stop avoiding the question.
Do you even know what should go there?
The numbers are,
Don't worry, I know them, guys. I still got these written down. We had to type them in last episode, too, so... Same numbers, different episode. Easy peasy, y'all. These are actually going by really fast. I thought there was going to be more to these. So if we fly through all these really fast, then this is going to probably end up being the fucking finale goddamn episode of the game. Who knows? Hopefully I typed that in right, I think. Baby, I love you. Baby, I love you too. Alright, time to see a headless kid again. Because that's not fun to see every episode. Duh, fuck?
Are you kidding me? You're...
Calm down, Rick. E-Rick. Anyway, go ahead and shove your head into the thing or whatever the hell you're about to do, kid.
Eric, it's been an hour. Would you just get used to it already?
How can I? I mean, it's a robot.
So what? What's wrong with a robot? What's weird about a
For
robot?
real? Could you maybe do something about it?
Sure, I'll shove my head back on for you. Does that help?
Is this better?
Yeah. Now the shape brings out your eyes.
So this doesn't freak you out or anything at all?
I could say the same to you.
Well, not much phases me. I'm just not that type. You could have been a Martian for all I care.
Yeah, I was surprised when I first found out. I thought my heart was in my throat.
You don't have a heart.
Hey, hold on. Did you say when you first found out?
I meant it happened to me before. In the past. In another history.
Another?
I remembered everything. When I saw what I looked like earlier.
More history. All coming together, guys. All coming together. Coming
You
together
see,
now.
my brain isn't located
Coming
in this
together
head.
now.
My thought center is there, inside the quantum computer. That is where I think, perceive, and send command signals to this body. For example, when I raise my hand like this, it's simply receiving a command. Just like a remote-controlled toy. Did you know? A quantum state is one where all possibilities overlap and coexist. This quantum computer, then, is able to use this state and run, say, simulations A, B, and C simultaneously. Basically, my brain is an infinite number of worlds and possibilities. So I can use that framework and, well, jump between other histories.
Oh, there's no way.
That I could do that?
I'm a fucking robot, bro.
But it's
what I want.
possible that you two might be undergoing the same thing. There's a theory. Human consciousness may be a result of quantum effects in the brain. It's called quantum mind. It's more or less suggesting a human brain is a form of quantum computer. If a specific set of conditions are met, then you too can.
Jump to other histories?
This sounds like crazy talk.
You don't believe me?
Of course not.
Oh, I don't blame you. I guess I should explain everything then.
Please? Start at the beginning.
Before I begin, I need to do one little thing.
I need to shove my head in here. Hold on.
What did you just do?
Just a little something.
This looks weird as shit. Oh shit, is it? Is that where this one's gonna end? And? Nope, not quite, not quite. Oh, now we can press the
Nothing
button, though.
changed.
Or whatever.
Huh.
That we can see. But it looks like the message changed.
Now what does it say?
Yes, I started up the system earlier.
It says force quit program on standby. To initiate, 2 key items must be set. What does that even mean?
Wait, it seems like there's something else.
The key items are...
A mother's mementos?
I wonder what those could be.
So, this is saying we need to find them?
I just realized how this force
Does
quit
that
box
mean
works,
they're
by the
hidden
way.
around here somewhere?
Even if that's true, I
Time's
don't
up,
think we have the
bitches.
time.
Yep.
Damn. Guess our time's up.
Now it is time for you to sleep. When next you wake, know you will have no memory of pleasant dreams.
I'm not sure why it didn't register in my brain now that we know these things happen all in the same place, in the same area, just at different times. Why the Force Quit box thing didn't make sense in my head till just now. Remember, why was the Force Quit box already open for Q Team and for D Team? And why is the message different for Q Team and D Team? Now we know. Because C Team opens it, Q Team activates the control computer thing, and D Team sees the message about the mother's mementos and has to do that part. I don't know why my brain hasn't already put that together and like said it out loud, but just so you know I get it, I get it. So now let's go back to D Team, get to the point where they're putting in the mother's mementos. Now we know what they are, but I'm not sure how to refer to them. There's two of them. It's the brooch and the bluebird, right? But I don't know if those are the two words I need. I'm gonna try brooch and bluebird, and if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. But I think brooch and bluebird fit in these two spots perfectly. Because brooch is 6 letters. And bluebird, I think, is... Oh, actually it's not. Bird cage? No, that's only 4 letters. That's only 8 letters too. I'm just gonna put bluebird. Fuck it. I don't care. If it's wrong, then fuck it. No, it's wrong. What is it? What is that thing? It's a music box, maybe? It's a music box. I'll put birdcage first, just to see. Is the birdcage a music box? Is that what it is? Put music box and see. Music box is only fucking 8 letters too, though. God damn it. I don't know what the 2 words need to be. Man. I don't know if I know what the 2 words need to be.
Huh.
What's...
No. Hmm?
Wait, what? Oh, is it giving me a clue right now? Is that not a brooch? What is that called? My only problem is I don't know what the fuck... Oh, is it making me actually fucking do it again? I mean, I clearly have the items. Is it not called a brooch? It's called a brooch. But what's the other one? Birdcage, bluebird, birdie, bird. It's a bird. It's a brooch and a bird, goddammit. I don't know. Hold on. Memo. Not memo. Log. Okay, let me just click this a couple times again. Let me see what the clue is again. Maybe something else will... Maybe something else about the clue will make my brain go, oh, that's it.
Huh. I wonder why I...
You wonder why.
What's the matter?
I thought I... Wait.
Let's see. Let me see what the flashback shows. And the brooch. Brooch. Birdcage. Bluebird. Song. Like, what word is that?
No. Hmm?
I'm so confused. What word is it? Brooch and birdcage is all I can come up with. Brooch, birdcage, bluebird, songbird. I didn't try songbird. And also, is the other one not brooch? Because earring doesn't fit, right? No, earring definitely doesn't fit. I was pretty sure it wasn't an earring. It definitely doesn't fit. Brooch. So, bluebird, songbird. I tried music box. Wait, maybe music box needs a space? You know what? I'm going to try music box with a space. I don't think it's going to do anything, but let's make sure. Maybe it will. No. Ah! What is it? What is the word? Music cage? It's a music cage. I don't remember what that object actually is the problem. Fuck. Do I really have to look up the word it wants for this? I'm not sitting here just staring at this until I think of a word. I'm about to look up this word because I don't remember them ever referring to what that is. And if they did, I don't remember what that word is. God damn it, dude. I feel so stupid. I feel so dumb. Alright, I'm looking it up. I don't even care. I don't even care. I'm looking it up because I don't know what words it wants. Like, I don't know what... I know what the two mementos are, clearly, but I don't know what word it wants to describe them. And I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna look it up. Fuck it. Zero time dilemma. We're gonna do it live. We're gonna do it live. Zero time dilemma. Mother's mementos. Oh my god. Am I spelling brooch wrong? Is it brooch and not broach? Don't even play with me right now. Is it brooch instead of broach? Alright, first off, I'm spelling brooch wrong. It's supposed to be broach. Or whatever. I'm spelling brooch, broach, whatever. It's brooch, which I guess I knew that. But even then, I have not correctly put in the answer for this either. Which actually is bluebird, which I thought it would be the answer. But you have to put a space. So I had the right idea about the space. And I had the right idea about the brooch. So I don't feel like as much of an idiot when it has to be that specific. Fuck you, game. Alright, that should be the last of the codes I need for the game, and we should probably just be able to watch the rest of the game now. Because everything else I've written down we've used, I believe.
Diana?
Daughter.
What's gotten into you?
Oh, Vi!
What? No. Diana, you're...
Sigma!
You don't have to say anything. This is enough for now.
Okie day. Well then, guys. That's all for that. What does that mean? Is this all one scene? I'm thinking this is all one scene. Everyone's together now, dude. This is all gonna be the end, isn't it? I think we're about to witness the end of this game, guys. Which is probably just this path right here. Well, guys, hope you've enjoyed this playthrough. I don't know how long this is gonna take, but this might take a while. We may have a long final episode on our hands right here if this is the end. Here we go. I'm assuming this is all one thing since they're all together. Everyone's alive. Carlos got his ass... Why did Carlos go fucking perv mode? He's not going to remember it now, but why did that even happen? I don't know. That was so weird to me. The other two made more sense. That one was super weird. I don't know what the fuck happened there. He literally was acting like he was going to rape Akane, and he was beating the shit out of Junpei, and then Junpei beat the shit out of him, and then he was all awkward and weird. Like, what was that all about? They better explain that or show some reason for that or something. That was weird. Anyway, y'all ready for some movie time? I don't think I'm going to have to make any choices. So I set the controller down. Final decision. Here we go. If I have to make a choice, then whatever. But I'm not even going to worry about it. Oh, I might have to put in maybe the X codes. Probably not.
I knew it! Looks like the memories we regained are true after all.
The 3 wards were all in the same place. Then...
Means everyone else is here, dude. let's go.
Carlos!
Carlos.
Akane. Junpei.
And Mira and Eric.
And you're Sean, right?
Carlos, what happened?
Proof of friendship.
Anyway, what are you guys doing here?
According to the schedule, C team and Q team should both still be asleep.
We took a page out of your book and did what you did. We used the cards to keep the bracelet needle from injecting us.
So, does that mean?
Yeah, I remember everything.
I do too. Junpei and I as well.
Over the past few hours, we got back the memories we forgot.
Well, to be more accurate, it's more like we accessed the morphogenetic field and downloaded all of them.
Nice.
Then you have the other history's memories too?
Yes.
Then you're like us.
But why?
Hold up. Eric and I are different.
Yeah. We didn't gain memories from other histories.
Then neither of you got injected?
No, we're the same as Carlos and the others.
I told them. Maybe I'll start from the beginning. First, so I could run the program in the Force Quit box, I accessed the central control computer. Then, I briefly turned off the communication network. That way, I stopped the surveillance cameras from sending any data to Zero. I didn't want Zero to catch on to what we were doing.
And that's when Sean let us in on the truth of what's going on here.
We went over to the transporter room and picked up 2 cards. Before the injection, we each slipped one between our wrist and bracelet.
Okay. Now you two make sense. But what about you, Sean?
Well, you probably already know, but I'm a robot. Being injected does nothing to me.
Then
Every time the time limit approached, I was forced to go into sleep mode. Then my memories from the previous 90 minutes were deleted. I didn't want that to happen, so... You remember me saying I accessed the computer? Well, I hacked my own system too.
He said he managed to cancel the forced sleep and delete functions.
What about C-Team then?
We couldn't interrupt the surveillance cameras, so we had to be sneaky instead.
First, Carlos pushed me down and climbed on top of me.
He what?
It was just an act. I was only pretending to do it.
Carlos used that moment to whisper in my ear. He said to go to the transporter room and grab the cards in there.
But if I just let her go like that, it looks suspicious. So Junpei and I stayed behind to get Zero's undivided attention. I casually invited Junpei to the power room.
I'm glad they explained this, because I was like, what the fuck?
You can see
Now it makes
the
sense.
result of our conversation.
Even if it's a weird way to do it.
You should have told me what was up.
If I had, then Zero would have figured it out. You look like you'd be a crap actor.
And after that?
We met Akane in the lounge. We hid from the cameras and each got a card from her.
Okay, so that's why they kneeled down over there. Makes sense.
Sorry, but could I get confirmation on something? Everyone knows what all happened in the other histories, right?
Even you, Mira and Eric?
Didn't Eric say so earlier? Sean told us everything.
But wait. Why?
Why what?
Why do we know about the other histories?
Well, that's probably...
You want to know?
Q? Or maybe it's actually Zero.
You are free to call me by my given name, which is Delta. There's no need to look so threatening. You were the one who named me, Diana. It doesn't matter. I shall answer your question. Carlos, Akane, Junpei, Diana, Phi, and Sigma. All 6 of you know that you are shifters, correct? Think back on your path to this very moment. Did you arrive in this history by following a normal flow of time? No, of course you didn't. You jumped in from another history using your shift abilities. And it wasn't just this once. You have been shifting back and forth many times. From one point in space-time to another. You boldly took chances, much like jumping from one tree branch to another. You have forgotten that fact, perhaps as a result of the medicine, or as one of the side effects of shifting. Regardless, your memories have been kept firmly intact within the morphogenetic field. It is simply that the 6 of you regained the memories of those times. One small trigger, and the levee preventing you from remembering collapsed. Sean is a similar case. However, his thought center is located within the quantum computer, so I suppose it's slightly different from you.
What about me and Mira?
You are both like me, in that we do not have the ability to shift.
You don't?
I have another power instead. The power to mind hack.
Mind hack?
Yeah, you know, something I just made up so I can seem more cool. The fuck, mind hack? What is that shit?
I am able to read other people's minds. I know the thoughts and ideas that go through their heads. That's why I know exactly what Phi is trying to do right now. Step away from that device, Phi.
Then, when we blocked the injection...
I saw through your ruse.
Then why did you...
I wanted all of you to play the final decision game.
The final decision game?
I find human decisions fascinating. More specifically, the world branching that occurs as a result. I already mentioned that I am unable to shift. But after looking inside millions of minds, I learned one thing. There are people in this world with the ability to jump between histories. That shifters exist. Hence, why I know so much about these parallel worlds.
You did all this? Because you were curious?
When a person does something significant, it's difficult to boil the reason down to one word. Their motives are often very complex. It is the same now. To fulfill several objectives, It was necessary to trap all of you in here.
So why did you do it?
You want to know? It is so you give birth to Phi and myself, Diana.
What do you mean?
Phi and I are the children of Diana and Sigma.
Phi is...
Wait. They're children?
November 16th, 2029. Phi and I were born in this shelter. This was another history, of course. Shortly after, the atomic data that makes up our bodies was transported to April 1904. The transporter was located in a German research facility at that time. Our bodies reconstructed and regenerated in the export pods at that facility.
But that would mean you're actually...
I'm 124.
You're joking.
But Phi is...
A German researcher sent her to 2008. Records indicate that she was part of an experiment.
You're saying Phi jumped back in time from 2029 to the year 1904, and then forward again to 2008?
Technically, what was sent both times was simply the data makeup of Phi's body.
I heard that in 2008, the device was being studied in an American facility.
That's when an old couple who were researchers took me in.
We've gone off topic. But yes, that was one of the major goals. Everything that occurred here helped create Phi and myself. And when I say that, I am including all of the other histories. If I hadn't trapped the group of you here, then Phi and I would have never been born in our current forms.
Your current forms?
Sean, you should already know about epigenetics. You see, environmental factors determine which switches are activated within the genetic code. Reproductive cells are the same. Or perhaps I should say that the reproductive cells are the ones most affected.
Oh, I get it. That's why you made Diana and Sigma play the decision game.
What do you mean?
By backing them into a crisis situation, he caused an epigenetic change within their reproductive cells. I think that's why their children were born with unique powers.
Gold Star. This is the reason I have my mind-hacking abilities. Phi was affected as well. You were born a shifter. DT, do you recall what was written on your wall?
When a curious hate oozes calamity.
And rearranging the letters gives you...
No way. What you choose can materialize us.
Oh, our decisions will bring you to life.
That is why the decision games were held. So that the Phi and me, here now, would materialize exactly the way we are.
No, but... Okay, so I get why you had to have Diana and Sigma go through life or death decisions. But the rest of us had nothing to do with...
I already told you. My motives are complex.
Wait, there's more?
Ah! Fuck you, you goddamn old man!
Good lord.
No!
And oh, drop kick, missile drop kick. Nice work. Nice.
It's over.
You may be right.
What?
Diana, take this. Put it in. Your bluebird, too.
It's ready.
Verified. Key items were set. Executing Force Quit program. 10 minutes until explosion.
What?
Oh no!
The hell? What is this?
Hey, answer me! What's with that announcement?
Must I explain? This shelter will soon explode. You've worked so hard, only to turn on this facility's self-destruct mechanism.
Sean, access the central control computer.
It's no use. Once the Force Quit program has been activated, there is no possible way for you to reverse it.
Then what can we do?
I will tell you two good things. First, I suggest checking behind the bar counter.
Oh. No!
Why would you?
Oh!
Gab's been...
Oh!
Did you kill Gab?
Yes, with the shotgun you're holding. There wasn't much life left in him anyway.
You monster!
I never expected to hear that coming from you, Sean.
So what's the other thing? You had two things to tell us.
I have the ability to mind hack,
We already know that.
but I've not told you everything about it. Reading other people's thoughts isn't the only thing I can do with mind hacking. It only lasts a moment, but I am able to control someone's body as I wish.
That makes sense.
Like this.
Eric, why?
No, for real, my finger just...
Mind hacking.
Understand now. This is my power. So, let's begin. Your final decision game. You have two choices.
Of course I do.
One, to stay here and wait to die.
Some can't wait to die.
The other is... The other...
Shit, he didn't get to say the other one. Oh, that's funny.
Hey! What's the other option? What's the other option?
To not die. Somehow. Good job, Eric. Anyway, the fact that he could control minds for a sec makes sense, because he, forced people's hands a few times during the way and they didn't know why.
Minutes until explosion.
What should we do?
What about the X door?
And how exactly should we open it? Unless 6 people die, it's gonna stay closed. Or should we start killing each other now?
Mira?
I have an idea.
Which is?
We're going to shift, all of us, together.
Hey, hold on. Like jumping to another history?
But Eric and
I'm sure it will be fine. Remember what I said? Human consciousness may be a result of quantum effects in the brain.
Oh, yeah. You said if certain conditions are met, we can also...
What are the conditions?
First, you need to be exposed to danger. And the other one is...
to be in the vicinity of a group of shifters.
I get it. We'll resonate, and then Mira and Eric can...
But which history are we going to jump to?
None of the similar histories will work. One team is likely to be dead after the vote.
And we can't shift if there are no bodies for us to jump to, right?
Then... we need to jump to where all of us are alive.
When we're all alive?
Do you mean...
Coin flip. Yup.
The history, where we won the coin toss.
3 minutes until
Makes sense to me.
I'm not sure I get it all, but it's a good idea?
What are you saying? There's no way we could do that.
Why not?
Shift isn't simply jumping into bodies in different histories.
Our consciousnesses swap places. Ours for theirs.
We'll be forcing our other selves into these bodies, and they'll die without knowing why.
Yeah, and what's wrong with that?
What?
Well, they're all living without a care off in another history, yeah? One time, they do the coin toss once and win? Don't you think that's unfair?
Mira, you're saying they, but we're talking about ourselves here.
Well, we should consider if those people really are us.
Good point. If we assume that we here are the true versions, then the us in the other history are essentially strangers.
Even more of a reason not to.
If we shift to that history, then we're tossing the others under the bus to save ourselves.
The us in that history have done nothing wrong. I mean, the only thing they did was win at a coin toss.
You could say the same for us. The only thing we did was lose a coin toss. Even so, we've had to go through so much shit. We've been forced to put our lives on the line.
Besides, aren't the bodies in the other histories ours anyway?
Then why should we second guess ourselves?
Huh.
1 minute until explosion.
Time
We're
to
out
go.
of time.
Am I actually gonna have to
I'll
choose
say it
this?
again. We have 2 choices. We can stay here and wait for our deaths, or survive by sacrificing our other selves in another history.
So that's what that bastard meant. The final decision game.
Well, should we be chivalrous and let ourselves die? Or should we just fucking... Let's just not shift first. We'll shift next. I think the don't shift will be a quicker ending. Obviously, we'll be able to jump right back to this, I assume. We'll see. We'll see. Kumbaya, explode, kumbaya. Oh Lord, we're all dead. Well then. Cool. Game over. Okay. Well, final decision. All sections cleared. No. Untrue. C team subject report. Q team subject report. Am I gonna get 3 trophies right now? I guess so. Well, guys, there's one more choice to make, and that's the one where we do that again, and we choose to not die. Y'all ready? Here we go, baby. Here we go, baby. Here we go, baby. Here we go, baby. Here comes the finale, ho, yeah, baby. Make that choice, make it. We're gonna shift and murder our other selves. I was gonna say future, but it's really just a different future. Shift it. All right. The more interesting answer. Let's see what happens. Oh shit! It just goes back to here. Oh, okay. Wait, what does that mean? Oh, more. Okay, so basically we're going back to where when we got heads or tails and we won the coin toss. All right, let's see what happens after we win the coin toss and actually leave. This time we actually remember everything that happened here. What is that? I mean, I guess that means we live our lives very differently because we know what happened here. Anyway, all right, here we go.
Damn, I can't remember anything.
Me neither.
Neither can I.
It somehow feels like I made a bet with someone, but...
Someone?
What kind of bet?
Did we all forget what happened?
Hey, could I ask all of you something? Who is this kid?
Oh, I see. This is before we swapped places. Now, here comes the swapped brains. I was about to say, what? We lost all our memories? I get it. We lost all memories, but now we're just getting them back. So really, we were just clueless people. Not anymore, baby.
Did we do it?
We're not wearing the bracelets, so I don't know the time. But
Judging by the position of the sun, it's probably noonish.
And the date?
How would I know?
Hey, Mira. Eric. Do you remember me?
Yeah.
I definitely remember you.
Then we really did.
Oh, must have worked.
Life is unfair, don't you think?
You bastard.
17 years ago, a snail traveled down a narrow path in the park. If that snail hadn't been there, perhaps all of you here would have lived a completely different life than you did. Just one small snail, and everyone's lives, even the world, changed.
So, what's the big deal?
Ugh, would you just quit talking nonsense?
I'm so glad you were safe.
Of course we were. You all have shifted in from another history.
Whatever. We gotta call the cops.
And what exactly will that accomplish?
Isn't it obvious? We're throwing you in the slammer.
And my crime?
Murder.
Murder? I see. But I haven't killed anyone. Specifically, in this history, not a single person has died. I strongly doubt the police would listen.
But in the other histories, you...
Did you not pay attention? I don't have the ability to shift. The only reason I know anything of those histories is because I mind hack you. In effect, the me you know is a different person than the one before you. Can I be charged for killing someone in another history? If so, then I'd say this world would be full of criminals of all kinds.
What about conspiracy to commit?
Yeah. I'm betting this history's got a bunch of dangerous machines and gimmicks all over the shelter.
Unfortunately, I have removed them all. You've slept for quite a while. Nothing is left in the shelter. No transporter, no quantum computer. Loaded into a truck and taken away. Sean is able to move right now due to radio signals received from a satellite. Why? Aren't you happy? I say again, in this history, not a single person has died. Phi and I exist, and there will never be an outbreak of Radical 6.
Brother saved the world, dude.
There is only a bright future ahead for all of us. Is this not what you'd call a happy end?
But according to you, all of mankind will die if time passes and nothing is done.
A religious fanatic, a terrorist attack that sparks a nuclear war.
I heard this story. You said you released Radical 6 so that you could kill that person.
The me before you did not say that, but I can't deny it's true.
Radical 6 won't spread throughout the world in this history.
That means that fanatic guy won't die.
Wait, so now humans will go extinct?
Hey, where's that happy future you mentioned?
Interesting. Does that make you angry, Phi?
What?
If so, then we have a serious contradiction. I had prepared a future in another history where 2 billion would survive. But yet, you decided to jump to this history. That means you chose a future where humanity goes extinct, over 6 billion dead.
No, you're wrong, Delta. Nothing in the future has been determined yet. We'll shape the future with our own hands.
Huh. You said something I can get behind, Carlos.
I think so too.
I agree.
Okay, me too.
Mira.
You're right. The future has infinite possibilities.
If we work together, we can accomplish anything.
Humanity's gonna die out? Screw that.
We'll definitely change that horrible future.
What's so funny?
Just that.
What the hell do you mean?
I'm sure I told you in another history that my motives are complex. Imagine, what if none of you had experienced the events that occurred in the shelter? You're so determined now to change the future. One of the goals of all of this was to get you into that frame of mind. It's all going according to plan, without a single casualty. I created a future where mankind will be saved. Does that upset you? Are you angry that your life was played with? Very well. I will give all of you one last choice. With that gun there, you will be able to choose whether to kill me now or allow me to leave. I promise I won't use mind hacking on you. You are free to decide. Which shall it be? Pull the trigger or let me go. The fates of you, me, and mankind are all on the line. This is the decision game.
This is the decision game, bitches. Is that it? It's gonna end there? It's gonna end there, isn't it? Well, guys, I think that was it. If the credits are rolling, I'm gonna let them roll, and we're gonna just talk about this like this is the end. There may be some more shit we gotta watch after this. I don't know, but I'm gonna talk over this like this is the end. This is the finale. This is it, guys. Zero Time Dilemma is done. A little shorter than I expected, in a good way. Well, Zero saves the world. Well, brother / Delta, Phi's brother, saved the world, dude. So really, he's the good guy. And we were all just a pawn in the good guy's game. How about them apples? Every single time, Zero ended up being somebody who was trying to save the world, basically. First game, it was Akane. Second game, it was Sigma himself. Well, the older version of Sigma. And in this game, it was fucking brother / Delta. So, wow. What an interesting way to tell a story. So, okay. Besides the fact that we got some crazy mindfuck shit going on around here when it comes to the story itself, let's just talk about general stuff. So, I don't know. I mean, obviously, out of the 3 games, I like this one the least. I think a big reason for that is because of the fact that they split up all the teams. Somebody kind of talked about this in a comment, and, like, I actually agree with it. It makes a lot of sense why I'm not feeling this game as much as the other 2, and that's partially because all the characters did not intertwine most of the game. Like, there was only the sets of 3 most of the time. Well, sets of 3 most of the time, let's just leave it at that. Or we're just doing, you know, each team separately, and they're not intertwining with each other, they're not interacting with each other, you're not getting more endearing conversations between the different teams. I think that's what's missing from this game in terms of being more, just being better, having better development, having more interesting developments going on. Yeah, that's definitely something that's missing. Like, having the group of 9 people in the first 2 games is really good. Well, again, I'm not going to split hairs of how I'm explaining it, but you get what I'm saying. I think that's part of it. Obviously, the art style, I kind of complained more about the art style in VLR. This one, because they went full 3D, I don't really have any complaints about it other than it just seems like cheap 3D. Budget was probably low, so I can't really hate. I mean, for as gory as this game ended up being, they certainly depicted plenty of the gore. I was actually quite amazed for the, like, limited 3D motion they were using. They still had all the fucking blood and gore. That's one way to make your game still stand out, even if you have, like, you know, low budget, limited 3D graphics. Though I will say the graphics were about as good as a low budget Telltale game. I mean, I know Telltale games these days are getting a lot better with graphics, but, like, I think this looked a lot like a Telltale game. And it felt a lot like a Telltale game too, where you just make choices. I mean, the only thing that was really different is there was a few puzzles mixed in there. I gotta say the puzzles in this game in general were a lot easier to, like, they were a lot more straightforward. I guess I guess that's the best way to put it. I feel like I struggled a lot more with the puzzles in the first 2 games. But they're still good. It's just way more straightforward and less. It was just less. What am I trying to say? There was less less hard puzzles, easier puzzles. I guess is what I'm trying to say. There were easier puzzles in this game. There were some good ones though. I can't deny that some of them were pretty good. Most of them were in small packages though. They didn't take very long, even if they were a little more difficult. You just had to wrap your mind around how it worked and then put it together, and boom, you were done. So, yeah. So I can understand why this is the worst of the three, but by no means by no stretch is this a bad game or a bad entry into the 3 games that there are. It's pretty good. It's it's just not the best. I do like that it ties a little bow on the rest of the story though, where they're leaving the protagonists as now they're ready to save the world for real, because saving the world and stopping Radical 6 ended up not even being the true, like, the only thing they were having to stop, but because of Radical 6, other things would happen, like the terrorist organization, which would otherwise never happened because of Rad 6, will still happen. But now, they're determined to stop that as well, along with whatever else is going on. Basically, we've got a team of superheroes on our hands. Superheroes who can travel through time. Although we need to talk more about Mira. What the fuck? How can Mira even live happily ever after? She's a fucking serial killer. Can we remember that part real quick? Jesus Christ. Anyway, is there anything else, or are we really done here? CQDN2, the final decision. And there it is. Coincide. Shifter! Alright, guys. I think that might be El Final. One thing we do need to do real quick, though. Can I do that from here? I don't know if I can do that from here. I might actually have to click into the game to do this. Well, first of all, let me just look at the flowchart. Is there anything on the flowchart that was, like, not there before that pops up? Because that happened in VLR. I had to keep checking the flowchart, and there ended up being more shit. It doesn't likely have anything like that on here, interestingly enough. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm just going to choose something random, like, I don't know, this part, or whatever. No, pick a part where the choice is about to happen. Doesn't really matter which one. Somebody was saying I should do this before I end this off. Just go into here and open up, not necessarily the cinema menu, even though there is all these cinemas, and not the quest menu. How do I go? Okay, wait, maybe this is the wrong place to be. Hold on. Yeah, return to the title real quick. Hold on. Somebody was saying I should go in... Hold on. I know what I'm trying to do. I guess I need to go during one of the puzzles. Alright, hold on. Let's click on a puzzle then. Go to one of the points where we're doing a puzzle. This one. Yes, the infirmary. It doesn't matter which one because I have all of them unlocked. Basically, there's files that we can look at that we've been unlocking. Kind of like the gold files in VLR, where we unlocked them as we got the gold files from the safe. Kind of like that. Is it in memo? No. Where are they at? They're in file, right? Ah, hey, oh wait, they are cinema files. Oh, am I supposed to just read these? Oh. I see. 6 X passes. These are just the decision game rules. Map word C. Map word Q. Gab letter. I'm assuming these are what we're talking about, right? Not quest ones. Reverie syndrome. Just info about the Reverie syndrome. Decom management. Government run facility. Owned by Free the Soul. Makes sense why Brother runs it. Crash Keys is an organization that Connie Kurashiki created. Connie's brother Aoi is second in command. Yes, sir. Free the Soul, core organization that desires to save mankind. That makes sense. Hydrofluoric acid, corrosive. Shift, we learned all about that. Monty Hall problem, we talked about this at the time. Not going to go through that again. Antidote hint. Antidote hint? Oh, interesting. I see. Okay. Incinerator. Required to reach temperatures, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Another gab letter. 2 to the 100th power is that big of a number. Okay. 6 billion radical deaths. Radical 6 deaths. Technically, Radical 6 did not kill 6 billion people. The spreading of the virus caused chaos around the world, and those explosions which led to the 6 billion deaths. I see. Gotcha. Nucleus is the central computer. Input pod is how that works. Output pod is how that works. Material tank. Materials for transportation. Blah, 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 blah. Bunch of materials. Leo. What is that? Leucochloridium. Leucochloridium? Parasite that uses snails as initial host of the egg ordination. Caterpillar once eaten a bird. Parasite will lay an egg that leaves body with the feces, which then becomes food for snails. What if the snail mentioned in Zero's story has a leucochloridium inside? I don't know. That's weird. Spinochordodes? Spinochordodes talini, also known as the hairworm. It is thin and long larvae hatched in aquatic environments and consumed by water insects, which is critical control. Eaten by water. Okay, weird. Toxoplasma gondii. Didn't they talk about this too? Gondii? Whatever. Single cell organism with about one of the most common parasites. Cat. Affecting a rat. Loses its fear of cats, making it more susceptible to be preyed upon. Got it. Metempsychosis. Metempsychosis really this. What are the chances you intelligent life forms your next life? Okay. Taking a number of things into account, everyone thing else has a much greater chance, but if you were born as a duck frog or even a paramecium, there would be no way you'd be able to know and recognize your own existence. In fact, it's not any different from being a sponge or a rock. Said, rock sponges don't have wills of their own. Fine for a few notable exceptions. So you wouldn't care about your next life, why would you? Example, you're in a totally dark room with a die in front of you. If you roll a 1, the light turns on and another keeps the light off. You can roll as many times as you wish, so what will the dice number be when you see it? 1, of course, because you can't see any other result. Another example, the whole world and everything on it stops in 1 second, exactly a minute later. Disregarding who would be the one timing this, it all starts up again. No one will even notice the time has stopped. In other words, there's no point in considering it at 1 minute, as you can't say that it even existed. It's the same as being reborn as a duck, frog, or a yellow sponge, die in the dark and halted world. There are scholars who claim that if metempsychosis is absolutely true, you're guaranteed to be reborn as an intelligent life form. It's possible this is a result of the observable selection effect as an aspect of the anthropic principle. Interesting. Latin phrase, Tatet Mater Dolorosa. The sorrowful mother stood. Language center. The popularly held belief is that our language center resides on the left side of the brain. Okay. Research has revealed that the side that differs among individuals, roughly 30-50, only a small percentage are right-handed. The side containing the language center called the major hemisphere. Okay. Latin phrase number 2. Mors certa, ora incerta. Death is certain, its hour is uncertain. Decine fata dum flecti sperar carpecando. Fate and the dooming gods are deaf to tears. Plaudite acta est fabula. Applaud, the play is over. Multiverse in the single path 1. Video game structure can help explain. Protagonist P travels down a road until he reaches a 3-way fork. You, the player, chooses the left, and P will terrorist and hold up an underground cell forever. You try a second time by selecting the right path. You avoid the terrorist, but P is hit by a truck and permanently handicapped. Getting annoyed, you sigh and go back to choose the last route straight down the middle. P comes across a man attacking a girl from an affluent family and fights him off. Girl and P fall in love, get married, and live together happily ever after. By this point, the game is mostly over. It is the ending that is considered the best end. But is it really? I don't know. Taking the multiverse theory into consideration, the P who chose the left path, LP, must think, why am I not the P who chose the center path and instead stuck in this cell? Or if there's only one world, the LP's history disappears once the P chooses the center path. Some of you may be thinking, then why isn't it just a straight road? But it's not that simple. What about what happens with the P who picked the right path? He gets into an accident, but after extensive rehab wins a gold medal at the Paralympics. He marries a beautiful wife, has several children. By the time he's old, there are many grandchildren too. So consider again, if the world is in one single path, what about RP's life? Where did his glory go? What about his happiness with his family? The only one who remains is CP with his rich wife. Is that a true happy end? I don't know. There's the other Gab, Lord Fortune, or Ladder, whatever. quantum computers, blah blah blah, 0 to 1, binary format. Quantum computers store data as zeros and ones. Superposition of both. This allows them to run multiple computations simultaneously, performing other functions as well. Active time. What the fuck? Oh, I see. It's just giving us an example of who was sleeping and awake when. There you go. There's your schedule. Keep it in mind. Where the air ducts go. Wards C, Q, and D being in the same space means the air ducts in the prep room and lounge don't lead to the other wards. Inside is simply a small space for Gab, where he often rests on a rug. So, I get it. He just went in there, hung out, and came back out after a little while. That makes sense. That's funny. 17 years ago, a young mother went jogging in the park. She reached a fork. Oh, this thing. Why? Because there was a snail on the path. Blah, 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 blah. We already heard all this. As a result, she was killed by a girl. Her name was Mira. Maybe. The suspect who was taken into custody, a Japanese man, was not the culprit. In fact, it was Mira instead. The convicted man called a taxi. The taxi ended up picking another fare instead, a brilliant surgeon. However, the car became involved in an accident, killing the surgeon as well as the young boy who was waiting on an operation by the surgeon. If that snail hadn't been on the right path 17 years ago, who would have happened? Life is simply fair, don't you think? Sure. Another Gab letter, anagram. This must be fate. Fate? Diana smiles weakly from the bed as Sigma's question. Don't you remember? You told me that yourself. Me? I never said it, if it really was me then. Yes, the Sigma who was 67 inside. Diana shifts her frail hand closer to Sigma, and he gently grasps it between his own. The Sigma before her is not the one who was trapped in the shelter. It's the same body, but a different consciousness. On April 13, 2029, Sigma was at the headquarters of Crash Keys, his eye and his arms replaced with robotic ones. There, the young Sigma returns to his body from 45 years in the future, and begins to carry out Akane's instructions. How many years has it been since you came here, Diana? A little over 3, I think. I followed you here in May 2029. Violent coughing fit takes over after she speaks. Sigma helps her sit up and softly pats her back until he subsides. Why didn't the medical pod work? I told you, it's fate. Diana's skin is deathly pale, but her eyes still shine with life, just like a child's. I've always dreamt of coming here. Did you know that, Diana? It is the name of the goddess of the moon. I've wanted to do this ever since I was little, so I'm perfectly fine with dying here. What are you saying? I've been able to spend the last 3 years living with you, Sigma. I've treasured every moment. Sigma lowers his head, his expression pained. Please don't make that face. You don't need to be sad. In the year 2074, you will shift back to Christmas 2028, and the next day, Old Me will head to the decom facility in the Nevada desert to meet you. Diana nods. Sigma closes his eyes and shakes his head. That's not it. I mean, I'm in love with you. His declaration stops as Diana's lips close over his in a kiss, and the rest of his words are lost. After a moment, Diana murmurs, It must be a wonderful future, the future where we found each other in 2028. Sigma holds onto her tightly, aching heartfelt sobs echo within a cold, silent world. Robot's name. The robot with a round helmet on his head is named Sean. He has never been called anything other than that by those in the underground shelter. Well then. Latin phrase, Audentum fortescue fenescue. Both love and luck help the bold. The other Phi. Baby Phi was a D transporter from 1904 to 2008, but a Phi also remained in 1904. Whatever happened to that Phi? Rumor is she became a brilliant scientist and worked at a research facility in the U.S. well into her 100s. The facility was researching the transporter, and that's where the Phi from 1904 is sent. Okay. Interesting. Post-payoff Carlos 1. The day is bright and clear. A girl in a white dress strolls along the beach, the wind tossing her long blonde hair playfully. Up until a half year ago, she had been confined to a bed. Carlos's eyes still tear up every time he sees her smile. Come on, Carlos. You don't have to help me. That's the point of my rehab. Oh, you're right. Sorry, Maria. Carlos brushes her hair out of her face. It's definitely not the sun that makes him act out of sorts. It's the fact that his sister is here standing before him. Maria grins up at him. What would Akane and Junpei say if they saw you all fussy like this? It's fine. They understand how important you are to me. Both you and Junpei put your lives on the line. That was a different story, history. But going through that means we know how to treat reverie syndrome. I can't believe we have the ability to jump through space-time. I'm just glad you're able to control it now. It's all because Carlos met Akane and Junpei that Maria was able to recover. He wishes he could show them just how well she's doing. You're thinking about them right now, aren't you, Carlos? What makes you say that? Because you're smiling. Carlos closes his eyes as his unconscious smile turns fond. They're just about your age. It kind of feels like I gained a brother and another sister. You are going to their wedding, aren't you? Yeah, and you're coming with me. But there is something Carlos needs to do first, back when the three of them parted ways. I'll be waiting to hear word from you when you locate the terrorist, that terrorist. Carlos held his right hand out toward Akane and Junpei, and the other two grabbed onto it with their own. There was no way of knowing if Delta was telling the truth, but if he was, one fanatic would kill off all of humanity. Akane and Junpei vowed to find this person, and Carlos offered to help. He can still feel the strong bond between the three of them, their hands clasped together tightly. I suppose I better get used to talking more before the wedding, huh? Holding her hair out of her face, Maria reaches out to her brother, who takes her hand in his, and they continue walking down the beach. The same blue sky above them stretches over friends Carlos knows he can rely on. What is Akane and Junpei up to? Junpei sits upon a white sofa somewhere within the secret location of Crash Keys, twiddling a pen and sighing. Huh, what else should I say? Lying on the table in front of him is a half-written letter. Suddenly Akane pops up behind him. What are you doing, Junpei? She playfully teases. Gah! Junpei dives for the letter, but she snatches it from his fingers and begins reading. Let's see. Carlos, without you, Akane and I would never have gotten together. Thank you. Is this an invitation to the wedding? No, it's most definitely not. He makes a grab for the paper, but Akane quickly moves it out of his reach. It's just a progress report, Junpei mutters. Okay, yeah, I mentioned the wedding, but the date hasn't been set yet. I made a promise to you and your brother. We wouldn't get married until we've dealt with the fanatic. Kane's face blushes bright red. She hastily hides her face behind the letter and goes back to reading. I'd like nothing more than to get the approval and blessing of our old friends, and those of you we met 6 months ago. Eyes wide, Akane glances up at Junpei. He avoids her gaze, awkwardly scratching the back of his head. Sounds like a Junpei moment. You know, there's a history where I keep searching for you, even after I'm old and craggly. It still exists out there somewhere, and when I think of that... Sharp pain jolts through Junpei's face. Akane is pinching his cheek. Ow, that hurts! What are you doing? To prove to you that this isn't a dream, Akane giggles. You still can't believe we're together like this. Junpei shakes his head. You've changed a lot, Junpei. Half a year ago, you were never this honest. It's like... How do I want to describe it? Like a dream? Huh? Junpei leans in and quickly pinches Akane. Oh, now you've done it! She darts forward and goes after Junpei with both hands, getting in a pinch wherever she can. And Junpei does the same. Once they start laughing, it's very hard to stop, and they keep going until they're out of breath. I guess this is all thanks to Carlos, too. That's why I'm writing that thank you letter. On Akane's left hand, a ring glitters on her ring finger. Sean, Maria, Mira, and Eric. Why are they all together? I don't know. Hey, Mira, how are you feeling? Are you lonely? Come on, Eric. You visited last week. Eric smiles wryly and reaches out to Mira with his left hand. Mira does the same, and their hands with matching silver rings align on either side of the plexiglass window. I brought a new guest to see you today. Eric shifts to the side and a head pops into view. Hi, Mira. Long time no see. It's Sean, right? Yep, I'm happy you remembered. Behind Mira, the sun is shining through an iron-barred window, lighting up the visitor room. It's been a long time, Sean. It's good to see you smile. The smile that appears on her face is real. Mira no longer needs to plaster on a fake one. When I heard you turned yourself in, I was really surprised. Eric was the one who convinced me. He said I should pay for my sins so we could be together. So that's why you got married in jail? Eric ducks his head shyly. Are you sure you're okay with this? Mira asks. He looks at her in confusion. Okay, so Mira turns herself in because Eric convinces her to? What about Eric? He needs his own fucking therapy, doesn't he? Anyway, don't you regret marrying me? I did carve your heart out in another history. Isn't that what you said, Sean? Yeah, you did. Eric looks Mira straight in the eye. I've already told you this a bunch of times. I forgive you, no matter what happens. Besides, you haven't killed me in this history yet, right? Yet. Mira's lip twists wryly. But the Heartrippers killed people already, so many. Sean, stop it. Eric turns angrily on Sean, and Mira's face falls into a frown, but Sean continues speaking. You turned yourself in, Mira, but that doesn't mean you've paid for all the crimes you did. I doubt the family and friends that were left behind would forgive you even if you were put on death row. There's no way you can clear your sins here. Mira grits her teeth. But there is a way to clear them. Well, not what you've already done, technically. You'll have to pay for those your whole life. That will never change. But maybe you can in another universe. Dun dun dun! Oh, there's more. Suddenly, Sean's Wait, what? Fist crashes through the plexiglass window? Mira jumps backward while Eric is frozen in shock. What are you... Eric can't even finish speaking before Sean moves. Jumping through the broken window, he kicks the outside wall of the visitor room, causing it to crumble and reveal a giant hole. An alarm immediately starts blaring and police officers rush into the room. Sean darts forward and takes them all down in a blink of an eye. He holds his hand up to Mira. Let's go. Go where? I know where the transporter is being stored. You're saying we should go change history? Eric finally stutters. Sean nods. To stop young Mira from committing murder, Mira. I'm pretty sure that's the only way you can clear your sins. Mira stares out through the hole in the wall at the horizon extending beyond. What the fuck? An alternate history where Mira doesn't kill people? I need to see that game. Well, interesting, but there you go. I read all those. I wasn't expecting to read all those. But now that I know those are the thing, then I read them. Okay, well then. Cool, so I didn't have to go into this menu to do that. I realize that now. So let's go back to the title screen. And that's the game, my friends. Zero Time Dilemma. It's over. Did you enjoy it? I enjoyed it. Wasn't amazing, but I enjoyed it. I was trying to remember what I was like holding back on opinion-wise a few episodes ago, where I was like, we'll talk about it more when I get there. I guess just the I don't know. I was saying something about the reveal with Delta being Zero, which really was anticlimactic. But I guess the real twist that was supposed to be a surprise was the fact that Q was Delta, who was always there during the Q team situations when you just didn't notice. I guess that was a good twist. So my disappointment was only overshadowed by the fact that that twist happened. So I guess I can't complain, really. Anyway, I don't know what else to really talk about. I mean, we have a Discord. We have a Discord channel specifically talking about Zero Time Dilemma or anything. We can talk about anything Zero Escape game now. We finished all 3 games, so spoilers be damned. Y'all can talk about whatever you want with the Zero Escape games now. And I don't know if they're ever going to do another one of these. As far as I know, this is it for this series. And, well, if they ever do more of them, cool. If they don't, I'm cool with that too. I think I've had enough of this series. The only thing they can really do now is just do a similar type of game and do a whole nother story completely separate. You could do another story in this universe though, with shifters and mind fuckers or whatever they called them. Mind readers, mind master, whatever he called it. So yeah, they could do that, but I don't know if they ever will. Apparently they had trouble getting this game done in the first place. Yeah, so I guess the only thing really to talk about is next visual novel stuff. Well, now that we're done with this trilogy of games, we don't have to worry about this series anymore. We can go back to focusing on Danganronpa. Obviously, the next Danganronpa game that I'm planning to do, I'll just point it out there, is another, what's it called? Ultra Despair Girls or something like that. I can't remember the exact title of it. Is it just called Danganronpa Ultra Despair Girls or something like that? Someone will probably correct me. I'm planning to do that game next. So, not next after this right now, but like the next visual novel type game I'm going to do, it will be that game. We probably won't get to it till, I'll say probably not till after October. That would be my guess. Like, because after my October stuff passes. That's going to be my guess. But it will be one of the first things I do after that, because I'm pretty excited to get back to Danganronpa. I want to get to that game, and I want to get to Danganronpa V3. Those are two very, very highly anticipated games on my part. I want to do them, so I want to see what happens with those, especially V3. I'm really excited about that. But regardless of that, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to go back to my RPG cycle. Remember, we were swapping between RPGs and visual novels, so you might be able to guess what it is if you really think about it, but if you don't already know what I'm going to do, we're going to do another one of my favorites, and that's probably all I really need to say. And when I do it, it'll be one of my last favorites I have left to do on this channel, so that'll be cool to finally knock out one of my last ones. We'll talk about more of it when we start it. Probably going to start it on Monday, so I'll see you guys on a new LP on Monday, and I'll see you guys on other visual novels in another time. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. Peace!